This city is hitting its 15 minutes of fame, its heyday. You got to take a look at this. Hey, it's John Whelan, Mr. Downtown Delray. Every year at the beginning of the year, this is January 2023, I give an update on the most important things that you need to know about Delray Beach, what's happening. Right now, Delray Beach is entering its 15 minutes of fame, man. It is in its heyday. Whether you like development or not, Delray Beach is pushing forward with construction projects that are pushing it to the future. People move here because of the lifestyle of the beach and also entertainment. And Delray Beach over the last decade has positioned itself as a leader in all of those categories. So today, I'm going to give you a current view of construction projects, whether it's commercial or office, luxury and residential projects. Stick around in this video because there is a lot of stuff that's happening in Delray Beach that's going to make 2023 one of the most important years in the city's history. Welcome to my channel. This is John Whelan. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so below. Hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. Today we're getting right into it. Let's take a trip around Delray Beach together. So first up, this is Atlantic Crossing, which is on the east end of Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach. Behind me you can see the Colonia Hotel, one of the oldest hotels in Delray Beach. But right here on Atlantic Avenue, as you come east toward the intracoastal, Atlantic Crossing is the big daddy. It's been under construction for the last 5 years, and it's going to be a mixed use of office, restaurant, apartments, luxury condos. They have 2 phases. The first phase is the first 4 buildings, which will be finished here in 2023 before they then begin on phase 2, probably in 2024. But right now, you've just got to take a look at what's happening here. This is a game changer and a face changer for the city of Delray. Take a look. Now let's look at the development plan for Atlantic Crossing, which is clearly one of the largest, if not the largest, development site for Delray. It's a premier location on the corner of Atlantic Avenue and the Intracoastal Waterway. And in this map, take a look. You can see the outlined yellow area. That is phase 1, which consists of retail and office stuff right along at the bottom, right along Atlantic Avenue. Then you have luxury apartments behind there, more luxury apartments and more luxury apartments. That is phase 1 that you see in the photos here, as that's the area I've been walking around doing video. Phase 2 is in the blue outline map. That will start construction, I believe, sometime in 2024, and that's where you'll have the luxury condominiums for sale, as well as additional dining, retail, restaurants, and you name it. It is the premier location, the premier development going on in Delray Beach in 2023. How cool is this? They have a living wall built onto the top of the apartments right above the commercial area. That is what I call gorgeous development. I've read reports saying that the Atlantic Crossing was the largest construction of concrete in Palm Beach County back in 2018. And back then was when they were dredging and pumping water out of the site about 30 to 40 feet below the street level on Atlantic Avenue and Northeast 6th Street. So here, take a look. We have walked down about 30 feet to the parking, and this place has underground parking like you wouldn't believe. What's happening here at Sundy Village? And this is one of the granddaddies of Delray Beach. This is Sundy Village on the corner of Atlantic Avenue and Swinton Avenue, which is the center of Delray Beach. This is a prominent site because of the historic value. There has been homes that were built over 100 years ago that the city, working with the developer, they're going to maintain the integrity of the homes and use those for retail or food and beverage restaurants that, as you can see in this development site plan, will be on the Swinton side. And on the Atlantic side, Atlantic Avenue side, you have restaurants and retail and office spaces, and then there will be additional office spaces that go all down Southwest 1st Avenue. So this is an entire city block. It's a premier site. They just began doing the construction January of this year. Last year they leveled the area, and right now they are working on moving the historical buildings into position. So that just began, and it's going to be a couple years before this thing gets finished. So this is the southwest corner of 1st Avenue and 1st Street, where the City Hall is and the courthouse is. This is looking north. So the Sundy Village is all the way from Atlantic Avenue, which is the full block up there, all the way down to southwest 1st Street. And it's going to encompass this whole area all the way over to Swinton Avenue, which, as you see directly there. And to the right is the old famous Sundy House, which was the restaurant with cottages where people could stay and sleep. The restaurant was one of the finest restaurants in town. So Sundy Village, this is the southeast side, which is the corner of Swinton Avenue and Southwest 1st Street. And you can see in the distance, those are the condos from the 111 1st Street development that sold out in 2020. They started construction on that whole project back in 2018. This is the downtown district where you have restaurants down here on 1st Street. And this is a very important part. This is the center, the epicenter of Delray Beach, which is Swinton Avenue. It's the epicenter. And of course you can see what's happening here with the wine and dine and what's going to be ultimately the future development here for Sundy Village. This current construction site will be the home of the Hampton Inn. It's located on Northeast 5th Avenue and the corner of Northeast 2nd Street, about 2 blocks north of Atlantic Avenue, a 10-minute walk to the beach. Over the last couple of years, Delray Beach has added new hotels. This particular one will add additional rooms. I don't know how many rooms it'll be, but certainly at a better price point for the continued tourism that's happening here in Delray. Now on the north side of Atlantic, at the corner of Swinton Atlantic, which is the epicenter of Delray Beach, on the south side is where the Sundy Village is going to go, which is over there. But if I turn around and cross the street here at Atlantic, this is the old and famous Doc's Burgers and Shakes, which is an icon, an absolute epic old burger joint, hot fudge sundaes, you name it, that shut down in late 2020. This is the rendering of the Doc's All-American burgers and fries and shakes. It's historic. It was a site that all the locals was sad to see when they had to close it up, but with this rendering, they put this on the street now. It's a rendering of what the proposed site could look like, and it's certainly something that over the next few years to keep an eye on, because this is across the street from the Sundy Village development, and this is right at the center of Delray Beach, a very important site. And there's a new development plans for this entire corner of Atlantic Avenue and Swinton that all goes down to Northwest 1st Avenue, which is where the old Dunkin' Donut was. But this whole intersection, this whole block is now ready for redevelopment over the next couple of years and will be a prime real estate location for people living here. It's really part of the history of Delray Beach. So I just drove about 4 or 5 minutes north of Atlantic Avenue, up Federal Highway, which is 6th Avenue, up here to 14th Street. This is kind of where the commercial industrial areas are. They have a car dealership, a lot of garden centers and whatnot. This area was built back in the 30s and 40s, a lot of colonial style homes. You can kind of see these places. Back then they were building 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 700, 800, 900 square feet. And in the last 3 or 4 years, investors have come into this area. You have Bond Street, and it's right in between Federal Highway and the Intracoastal, just north of George Bush Avenue. So it's still good proximity to downtown. You can drive a golf cart from here and get to all places, but take a look at what has happened in this area. I'm going to show you what they've gone from old style to now luxury homes, starting in 1.5, 2, 3, even up to $4.5 million bucks. Let's go take a look. I don't have an exact count, but I would say between Lake and Allen Street up in this area, there's probably 18 to 20 homes that have already been developed. But as you can just see, I just keep walking and we have more development. And then over here to the side, we have stuff about to go, already been purchased. what I mean. You can take a look at the house. The greenhouse was built back in the 30s or 40s, a tiny little thing. Investors came in and built these stunning modern contemporary homes. These started around $2.4 million and up, and you can kind of see how the neighborhood is transforming from what it used to be, little small cottages, less than 1,000 square feet, and it's doing a complete 180. Take a look at this. This is a great project nestled in Delray Beach, east of I-95, a few short blocks to Atlantic Avenue. Carver Square is Delray Beach's latest workforce housing initiative. That's right, it's a great project for the city. It's a partnership between the Delray Community Redevelopment Agency and Pulte Group, one of America's largest home building companies. And finally, now I'm on 3rd Avenue, Northeast 3rd Avenue, where Bednar's is behind me. You can see right here in the corner, they just demolished this commercial property from several years ago, and who knows what it's going to be, but that's going to be a critical part of this area. This is called the Arts District. So you have Bednar's, you have some new developments, some commercial developments, which you'll see in just a second here. But this is going to be interesting as we start 2023, because the Arts District is a very important part of the city. Art is what makes Delray Beach go around with our art festivals, and this area is transforming into something very nice. So yeah, so 3rd Avenue, of course, we have Bednar's, which is where you get all your local produce, and we have dog groomers. This was a very dilapidated area over the last decades, and just in 2021, they started redoing and completed this entire road of 3rd Avenue. You have older duplexes and residential buildings that have been here for years and years and years. You have now a food area, you have a bar, exercise area. Up here on the left, you have a car storage, a very commercial, very futuristic looking building that's for car storage. We'll see what that transfers to be out in the near future, but then you have this commercial building which is 4 or 5 stories tall. So you got a lot of activity going here with new art. But the city came in and redid this area with parking, expanded parking for the area, as well as just a whole new street. And you can see just new development. So the art district is transforming into something very nice. You have 3rd on 3rd restaurant on the corner. It's called locally the Restaurant with No Name. So this is one other piece of Delray that is making its transformation and helping Delray Beach enter its heyday. So there you have it. There are some of the top things that are happening as we begin 2023 in Delray Beach, from construction and office space, things coming out of the ground as we speak. As you saw, more things are going to be happening as this year progresses. Delray right now is hitting its 15 minutes of fame. It's in a prime of its heyday. So if you are thinking about moving or relocating Delray Beach and you want to get together, let's get to a cup of coffee. My information is down below, and if you like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. I look forward to seeing you in 2023.